Hey, what's good, everybody? For all my listeners out there, man, I got the opportunity tonight, man, to sit down with an incredibly gifted artist that goes by the name of Jason Pettus, aka Mr. Skip. I see you was getting ready to correct me, baby. You know what I mean? I got you 1,000, baby. You know what I mean? So how you today, baby? What's good with you, man?
Man, can't call it, you know what I'm saying? Just out here living, blessed, chilling, relaxing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for those that don't know who Mr. Skip is, just go ahead and enlighten them a little bit.
yeah, no question, man. Let everybody know, man, how long you been doing your thing, man, and exactly what you do, Cat.
Well, as far as on the music side, I've been making beats since '96 for 30 years, and
Mhm.
started recording in like 1990, like eighth grade.
Hmm.
Um, as far as cutting hair, being a barber, I've been cutting hair since eighth grade. So I would say 1990. And been working in TV and film as a barber for the past 13 years.
Oh, okay.
What
So,
was it like growing up in St. Louis? Like, what was it like for you?
Well, I grew up in North County,
Okay.
Florissant. It was a cool experience for me. I mean, I've always been creative, so that's always been my outlet to be able to create. And so I was always the guy that was rapping around school and in the cafeteria,
Mhm.
or cutting somebody's hair in the bathroom in the hallways, man, the hallway bathroom or something.
yeah. So sound like you been hustling from day one, baby. You know what I mean? Like you been out there trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what, man? I think for me, and this is what I tell a lot of people, man, and this isn't what I chose, it chose me. And I
No
think that
question.
God, for me, kind of let me know from the gate early on that this is what I should be doing. The question was, is this what I should be doing? Is this how I can make money? Is this how I can provide for my family and as a career, doing this as a grown ass man and not just as a hobby, so to speak.
Right. No
So
question.
all these gifts and talents that you had, did you go to school for any of them or get any degrees for them or no? You just did it and it just came naturally. You didn't have to like.
Yeah, well, I had to go get my barber license in 2007, and then I got licensed my cosmetology license in 2018. As far as on the music side, that was just something I just gravitated to and just started doing.
Right.
But I also got my degree in journalism too, my
Okay.
bachelor's.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to take it back a little bit, right? Because you just talked about how you was hustling back in the day, cutting hair, rapping, and all that, right?
Or
You've been doing beats for a long time. You dig?
yeah,
Where was the separation? Because everybody, just because you're a beat maker, don't mean you're a rapper, or you're a rapper and you're a beat maker. At some point, you had to separate it, or it was separated. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
when was it you decided not to pursue the rappers part of your creative craft, but to pursue the beat making of it?
well, I'm an artist as well. You know what I'm saying? I've
Okay,
always been an artist, so for me, it was more so like you know what I'm saying, like as a producer, we know how to rap on our own beats, on our own shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we can cuss on here or whatever, but
you
And
can
I
cuss on here, man. You can go way out on here, baby.
all right, for sure. So so for me, it was more of like an outlet to be able to make beats I could rap over.
Right.
Mhm.
I had a homeboy of mine that was making my beats early on, but you know what I'm saying, it was like the wheels were moving, the creativity was flowing. I'm always writing. I can't always depend on wait on somebody else's time schedule to align with mine. It's like if I'm in that space right now, I gotta go.
Yeah,
Right.
And
yeah.
I still operate in that fashion to this day. It's like
Mhm.
working with certain artists. It's like we don't got the time or the leisure to be I don't, you know what I'm saying, the
Right.
time or the leisure to just sit around and work on this one song for months, man. Let's knock this out. Boom, 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 boom. Let's put it out. Let's move to the next. That's why I got so much music out.
Hey, Skip, man, you sound like to me, man. You don't really be playing around, yo. You know what I mean? Like you,
Nah, I don't.
You be like, yo, let's get it in about that bullshit. You know what I mean? Yo, I don't got time. You be waiting for you to drop this off or do that or whatever. You know what I mean? And now you want to pull up on me
because
when
the thing
you
about it, the thing about it is you gotta. It's like catching that lightning in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like you gotta hone in on that moment right now, because what I was maybe thinking about a month ago ain't what I'm on today. It's kind of like I don't know if y'all heard the song that I did from the Lou song that they playing in St. Louis on the radio and stuff like that. But that was one of those lightning in a bottle moments where I'm like, yo, I want to record this real quick, get this energy out, get this mode out, because I may not be back in this space in the next week. Right. And I'm glad I did, because it's like, and the thing about it is songs are like pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if you take a picture of a 3-year-old and then you say, you know, and let's say, you know, it was a guy that I worked with some years back, and he had like his daughter, right? She was like 3, real small, and then she had like they had like a little dog, a little puppy, and they had like a little ball or whatever. And I was like, man, you need to take that picture. You need to take a picture with her and the dog and the ball. Like, y'all need to do that like today. You know what I'm saying? And right. he was like, yeah, you're right. And he never did it. And to this day, he still reminds me, like, man, I should have took that picture, man.
Right.
Yeah, right. And the artist that you was talking about was East St. Louis artist Gina, right?
Jenna?
Yeah, Jenna.
Mm. Yeah. Well, Fresco Cane.
Right. Tell us a little bit more about that, and how was it working with him?
I mean, Jenna is a beast in the studio, man. Well, Fresco, he's a beast in the studio. I mean, he's an all-in-one type of artist. So when you're dealing with an artist that not only do they rap, but they produce their own music, they record themselves. You know what I'm saying? You watching a mastermind in progress. And those tend to be a lot of the times the artists I like to work with, man, because, you know, they can just go in, they know where they want to go. You don't have to necessarily guide them all the way. You can assist, but you don't have to like guide them all the way.
Yeah.
Right. No question. Sound like a no-nonsense copy guy, man. That's the vibe that I'm getting, because it sounds like Mr. Skip, when you're ready to go, baby, you're ready to go. You're ready to get it in and get it done. And let's stop playing around. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's kind of like when I left St. Louis and moved to LA. It was like I couldn't be on I had to have the no nonsense mode in order to pick up and go. You know what I'm saying? In order to pick up and leave St. Louis and travel across yonder with no type of you just know you got to go. You have to have that no nonsense attitude. You got to just move, and you got to basically you got to put God in the forefront of it. That's why I tell folks, I'm like, man, I'm just a passenger in God's vehicle. You feel me?
Yeah, no question about that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So some of the tracks that you've been, because obviously you've been doing music for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also understanding that, you know, you work with a lot of different artists. You know what I mean? A lot of great artists, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure we all done it, you know, not so great artists, you know what I'm saying? You know, some of them cats that need to spend a little bit more time in the studio, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when I be talking to some of the cats, I'll be like, hey, man, you need to put a little bit more work in on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't want to crush a cat's dream, you know what I mean? Because, you know, the same thought process that you have, man, about making your music, man, he may have the same, man. I see you want to say something, man. Go ahead with that, baby.
But you know, the thing about that is, it's like it's not even about crushing no one's dream. It's like everyone has to have that motivation within themselves. So whatever it is that I say to you, it shouldn't crush your dream. If it's in you, then you just do you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone back in when I was 16 was like, man, that ain't did whatever the case may be, like, no matter what, because I'm a fan of me. You got to be a fan of yourself. You got to be your own cheerleader. Can't no man tell you what you can't or cannot do. Can or cannot do.
Yeah.
No doubt. So what's some of the artists that you work with, man, that you really, really enjoyed putting down that track at the time when you put that track down.
The Chris
You know what I
Brown
mean?
joint, the Chris Brown record I did.
We're gonna get into that. Tell us a little bit about that. How did that come about?
Right, ain't no question.
Crazy up in here.
No question.
Ain't no question. Ain't no thinking about it. This is what it is. This is the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? And let me talk about that right now. You know what I mean?
That to me, that was like the whoa, because the thing about it was I didn't plan for that to happen. That wasn't like somebody called me and was like, hey, yeah, man, Chris looking for some songs, some beats, whatever. We'll send us a beat pack, and then I send somebody a beat pack of like 20 beats or something. It wasn't nothing like that. This was this one song. My homeboy, he wrote it. Chris heard it. Chris loved it. Chris recorded it, and then Chris put it out.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That was like, to me, that was like Christmas morning when that song came out, because I didn't hear the finished product until the day that it came out. So that's like when you like 7 years old and you go to bed and there's no toys around the tree, and then you wake up early in the morning, 6 in the morning, and you go out there and there's toys all around the tree. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. Tell us the process, baby. I need to know the process, because I know you said you just kind of fell into it. It just happened. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we want to know the process, man. I want to know what was going through Mr. Skip's head, baby, when he was doing what he's doing. You know?
I mean, that particular so it was like when was that? It was early March 2016, and I was going through like a a moment where I was depressed, right? Because I wanted to snap my fingers and be where I am now in the TV and film world. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to like rush the process. So in the process of that, I'm just still going through the motion. Anyway, I was in this chat group, and one of the guys in the chat group was like, "Man, do y'all remember the song Lose Control from Silk?" And I'm thinking like, damn, me and my girlfriend back in high school, like when that song was like, me and her was together when that song was popping. As a matter of fact, I remember us breaking up around the time when that song was like on the radio and all that. That was one of those ones. And I was like, yeah, I know that song. And he was like, man, it'd be dope if somebody sampled it. So I went to the shop that day. I left. I came home. Oh yeah, I'm tripping. The night before I got that text, was because I'm very spiritual. The spirit spoke to me and said, I need for you to sleep with the Bible. I mean, because I got a Bible everywhere. I got a Bible in the house. I got a Bible in the car. I got a Bible at the studio. So spirit spoke to me and said, I need for you to sleep with the Bible, like and just kind of and pray. And so that night I remember I slept with it, and then I woke up and the spirit spoke to me and said, listen, I got you covered on the hair, the barbering. I need for you to get back to the music, because I've also brought you out here for the music too. Right. So that's when I got the text in the chat. And so that night I went home, I looped up, I put that beat together, and I remember laying in the bed looking at the ceiling. You know how when Andre 3000 was all like looking up at the ceiling fans watching it. When on that one of you, me, and you, and so I'm staring at the ceiling, just watching the ceiling fan just go round and round and round for like a good hour with the beat on repeat. And I'm like, yeah, this is one of them ones I can tell. But as a producer, we have a lot of those, right? So it just becomes a moment. We know when something's good, but it's just a matter of like, how can we get this out, right? So anyway, in that moment, my homeboy, Ryan Toby, he's a singer-songwriter.
Ryan Toby from
City High.
Yes.
He was in City High. He was in the movie Sister Act 2, hit the high note, Oh Happy Day. Anyway, he hit me and was like, yo, man, what you working on? And I was like, man, ain't shit, man, just, saying some beats. He was like, bring them through. Because me and him lived around the corner from me at the time.
Okay.
So I could walk to his crib.
Yeah.
And so the next day I went over there, and I keep in mind I had like 5 beats with me. I went over there and I played the 5 beats, and he said, man, I want to write to this one right here. And I said, man, I figured you'd probably say that. I don't know why, but I just figured you would probably say that. I was like, all right, bet. So I went home that evening and I sent him the stems. Now, this is the thing. Sometimes as producers, right? When we have when we make a beat, the beat becomes our baby, so to speak. So we don't want to like just send it out to anybody. And then on
Right.
top of that, a lot of times we can block our blessings by being like, man, well, I need for you to send me, you know,
Yeah.
$300 for this beat. It's not always about the money. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So in
Yeah.
that
Right.
moment, I didn't hesitate. To me, it was like working with a homeboy. Like, look, I'm gonna send this to you. Now keep in mind, Ryan has wrote records for Usher. He wrote
Superstar.
Superstar,
Hmm.
Caught Up, all
Yeah.
this. So I knew like, okay, it's in good hands. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like passing your child to your grandma or whatever, right?
Yeah. No
Yeah.
question, baby. No question.
So I sent him the stems. That was on a Wednesday. Then on a Saturday, he texted me. He was all like, "Yo, check your email." So I checked the email, and boom, the song of him singing it was in there, like
Mm.
the breakdown, everything. And I'm like, damn. So my girl, I was like, babe, listen to this. And she was like, yeah, that's a hit. And I was like, yeah, it's a hit, right? And she was like, yeah. So then, like, boom, I would say like a week later, he hit me and was like, I'm at the crib watching. I'm on YouTube watching Three Stooges and eating a bowl of Frosted Flakes. And he texted me and he's like, yo, Chris Brown's recording the song tonight.
Mm.
Wow.
And I was like, what?
Wow.
Are you serious? And he was like, yeah. He's like, and then come to find out, it's because his homeboy, who was the guy from on Love and Hip Hop, A1,
Okay.
A1, they had just started filming Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and he was with A1 that evening, and A1 heard the song and was like, yo, I'm going to Chris' crib tonight. Let me take this to him. And so boom, he was able to take it to him, alley oop it, and boom. And then Chris liked it. Chris recorded it. So now for like 2 weeks, we're like figuring out, okay, so what's this gonna be? Because it's a sample. So they gonna clear it. Is it gonna be out coming out on his album? What? So I'm at the barbershop, I'm cutting. I get another text. This was a Thursday night, Thursday evening, and he texts me and says the song's coming out tomorrow on his mixtape, and here are the splits.
Mm.
And it came out the same day as Drake's Views album. So I remember that day when I left the shop, I went by the liquor store. I got me a little small something to drink. I was at the crib. I was like, man, I was chilling. I was sipping. I was like, man, it's about to drop any moment. But it didn't drop. So the Views that dropped that night. So I just sat up, just drinking, listening to the Views album, right?
Right.
Thinking like,
Right.
okay, when I get done listening to this, it's gonna come out.
Mm-hmm.
It still wasn't out. So then I went to sleep, woke up like 3 a.m. I checked his Instagram, and he was showed him in the studio and in the dark, whatever, playing some songs from his mixtape. And people are like, when you dropping it? When you gonna drop it? And I'm thinking like, damn, everybody's anticipating this.
Right. Right.
Then the next morning, I finally woke up, went on that piff. There it was. Boom.
Yeah.
Man.
How did that feel? Right. Right. So we already know you've been doing your thing. You know what I mean? You've been kind of grinding, and you know what I mean? You've been in the muck for a minute. You know what I mean? And then finally, this is one. You know what I mean? This is I need to know that feeling, baby. You know what I mean?
What it let me know, because I remember the night that Obama got elected to be in office.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a party. It was a party down on Washington in St. Louis, downtown. And I remember Ludacris was there. And this was one of those moments I was like, I gotta go to this club because I got this beat CD I want to give Luda.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I remember going inside, and security, they knew me. He let me in. And another security was near the section where Luda was at, where people were kind of chilling. He saw me. Folks already knew, like, okay, I already know why he's here.
Right.
So he let me through. I'm in the section with Luda, but by the time I got into the section and Luda and then was walking by me, I held out the CD to him, and he just looked at me and kept going. I felt like old boy in Hustle and Flow, man. I was like, damn, man. I was like, so for it to be in a moment, so what the feeling that I got that morning, it let me know, and it reminded me that what God has for you
It's for you.
is for you, no matter what. Because I did not try to do this. to make that situation happen, and yet it still happened. But I also it happened because for me, I believe in my heart and in my spirit. I listen to that spirit voice of God speaking to me to let me know what to do.
Right.
And there's not too many good producers in St. Louis. Let me just say this. You know what I'm saying? You're one of them, the extraordinary and just amazing. But I also
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I also have to say Sham from the Track Stars as well, too, of course. You know, that's my boy. So
me and Sham go back to 1991.
Okay. So in your opinion, what actually, because you know a lot of people can't produce, what makes a great producer in your opinion?
For one, like I think honestly what makes a great producer is, let's say if an artist hits me up who I've never heard before, and he says, yo, I want you I'm working on my project. I want you to I want to I want to beat or whatever. Me, I think a great producer is like a chef. So what I do is I'll go listen to that artist and say, okay, first off, do I want to work with this artist? Like, do I what grabs my attention? Even if it doesn't grab my attention, all right. So what I do is I place myself in the situation of what the artist can be. So I study where the artist is from, everything. If they from a small town in Idaho or whatever, I'm gonna imagine what that looks like to me. Then I'm gonna listen to their past music that they already have out. They have to have music already out. They can't come to me and only got like a single out and that's it. No,
right, like what you gonna do with it? You gotta let me know what you're gonna do.
You gotta have something going
already
in the way, right? So then from there, depending on the situation, then I'll cook up according to how this particular artist sounds. Versus like, here goes 50 beats, here goes 50 snippets. Choose one, choose. No. Don't get me wrong, that can work, but I feel like just where I'm at in my life, it's like a haircut. If I have somebody who sits down that needs a haircut, I'm cutting the hair. I'm doing the haircut according to their head to them. And a lot of times, depending, like, because I cut all nationalities. I'm very diverse in my cut. I don't just cut just black people. I cut white people, Asian, Hispanic, all that. So if I sit down, it's a white guy with all this hair on his head. He's like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do, man. I'll first ask him, well, what do you do as a career?
Right.
If he says, man, I work in the office, blah, 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 blah. I said, have meetings. I'll cut his hair according to how I envision him to look in those meetings. I don't cut him. I don't just give him a fade because that's what I'm here to, because he may not need a fade.
Right.
You know what? It's a story to tell behind when you cut people's hair and when you produce and different things like that. So yeah, it's a story.
I make beats the same way I cut hair, and I cut hair the same way I make beats.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when I pass the mirror to the client and they like, yeah, that's the same way when I let an artist hear a beat and they like, yeah. I've been dealing with that same it's like a dopamine hit.
Right.
I've been getting that same feeling since 1990.
Right.
That's my drug.
Yeah, and I wanted you to talk about that, right? Because I could clearly hear that you're doing your thing, your music and all that. But I also hear that you love to cut hair, like you love, the whole makeup thing. You know what I mean? The makeup, and I don't want to put you in a box, right? Just because you can cut hair, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean you can't do this, or you can't do makeup, or you can't do a nigga eyebrows, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or cut a nigga beard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you envision what you want to. It's once again just telling the story. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when it deals with now for one, I don't do makeup, but so I'm in the local 706, which is the makeup and hair union. So which is the makeup artist, hairstylist. So it's like when I'm working on set, and I remember this this one lady hairstylist, Rhonda O'Neal. She told me when I first got in the business, she said cutting hair on TV and film isn't the same as cutting hair in the barbershop. You have to cut for the character. I don't know if you all watch the show Shrinking
Yeah.
on Apple TV, but it's an actor in there who I cut named Luke Tenney, and the he's like going through rough times and things of that nature. So me cutting his hair for that, there was no making sure his lining was perfect or making sure the haircut was so perfect. It was about making sure that he looked like he had a haircut, but he's still going through hard times. So it was purposely done that way. So that's why I say, like, you have to. So it's like making beats for the artists. Some artists don't need all that shine on they production. Some artists, like if a Rock Marciano or if a Conway were to hit me up, I wouldn't send him no shiny sounding beats. I would send him that gritty, muffled, dirty, sounding like something from off of a dusty SP-1200 or something.
Right. So Mr. Skip, let me just say this to you, man. Everything that you just talked about, man, about what you do on set, right? I appreciate the fact, baby, that you sitting down and letting people know that there is a position, right? Yeah. So a lot of cats cut hair and don't even know that there's position in the entertainment industry of what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of cats don't have no idea that there's a position for a brother or a cat to be behind set cutting hairs for particular different characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just think that you a cat, you a barber, and you go in and you just hit it. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro.
So you remember the movie New Jack City, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes.
What haircut in that movie stood out to you?
Nino's. Nino.
Right.
Nino Brown.
Brown.
That was a brother that was cutting that man's head for that entire movie to maintain the continuity, to keep that hairstyle the same. You don't think Wesley went home and went to sleep and one side of his hair is smushed over him from the pillow and he got to get back, take a shower. He got to come back. He got to come back to set.
Yeah.
They got to be in the chair getting it back.
Yeah.
Why? Because that was the character.
Right.
That's me.
Yeah. No,
that's
and I'm glad you spoke on that, man, because that absolutely needs to be known, man. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of cats that's out here. They might be dope as hell in the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? But they never dream. They never envision. You know what I'm saying? They never get opened up to the fact of what they can do until they see the interview with me and Mr. Skip. You know what I mean? When Mr. Skip is telling them, hey, look here, man. There's a big world out here, baby. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. The mentality is when you behind that chair cutting in the barbershop and it's a busy Saturday and you know what I'm saying, you just in there cutting, you got to realize them tools that you got can take you around the world.
Yeah.
They can take you around the world. They can take you outside of this barbershop, outside of the hood and the barbershop in the hood. It can take you to a castle in Europe.
Right.
And not only that, being able to listen. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I like to listen to people that are smarter than me. I like to learn. So sometimes it's all about learning too.
You got to be able to learn and pick up. You know how like there's certain things that certain people say to you that for some reason stick.
I was going to ask you that. Yeah. I was going to ask you who you kind of encountered in because that's one of my questions all the time.
Yeah.
There's always somebody in your life that you encounter, right? Whether you know them or you don't know them, whatever, they drop a jewel on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then that jewel that is dropped on you, man, you take that jewel and you utilize that to further yourself, not just in your career, but just in your life in general. And so now I'm going to be quiet, Skip, and I'm going to let you, man, tell that story, man, about that jewel that was dropped on you, my brother.
I would say one of the biggest jewels that was dropped on me was a frat brother of mine. This was in, I don't know, maybe 2019, somewhere around there. And this brother passed. He passed in like 2 years ago. But he told me, he said, you ever heard of the story of the chicken and the eagle? And I was like, nah. He was like, there was a chicken that was pretty much there was a little baby eagle, whatever, that was hanging around a bunch of chickens. And he grew up and was raised around these chickens. And as he began to live amongst the chickens, doing what the chickens do, he would look up in the sky and see these eagles flying above him that they look like him.
Right.
And so he's wondering, how are they flying? But I'm with, how they look like me and they're flying in the sky, but I'm around the chickens. So he was like, man, maybe I can fly. And the chickens were like laughing and was like, man, you can't fly. You like us. You chickens. You're with the chickens. And I think one day he decided to go to the edge of the mountain and take that leap of faith to see, hold on a minute. I don't know. I think I look like them. They're flying. I got wings just like them, but I'm not flying. Let me take that leap of faith and see if I could fly like the eagles. Right. And the chickens are all laughing. He decides to take that leap of faith, and guess what? His wings spread, and he started flying. Next thing you know, he was flying with the other eagles, and the chickens was looking at him shocked and stunned. Yeah. That's when he realized, you know what I'm saying? I've always been an eagle, but I was hanging around a bunch of chickens. And he was like, so he looked at me. He said, so don't be a chicken.
Yeah.
And with that
okay, go ahead, finish.
And with that mentality, it just kind of let me know you gotta step out on faith. You can't let your what you're around hold you down or hold you there.
Yeah.
You gotta know who you are and what you are and believe in that.
Yeah.
I tell folks, man, I say, listen, I don't think I could be where I am in doing what I'm doing if it wasn't in me to do it, right, and really hold my guns on really doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, someone asked me in my inbox the other day, actually the other day they was like, what inspired you to leave St. Louis? I said, well, I left St. Louis back in 2019. I said, I got a message from the Most High, from God. You know, and when I left St. Louis in 2019, everything took off for me when I came to AZ. And, you know, like you said, you just got to be able to listen to that message from God, listen to his word, and do it. Stop living in fear. You can't live in fear. Right. You got to get up and go, you know.
You can't always be fearful of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? You always got to be guided by your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of times, man, your spirit will take care of you, man, if you're not afraid.
Yeah.
The thing about it is also in those moments, I think that's true. Before something really great happens, you're gonna go through a dark time.
Yep.
And right before I got, so like, it's, you know, out here it's like it's a union, it's local 706, and so once you get into the union, then it's like the door is open.
Yeah.
But you have to like put in the time, put in the days, working on like, you know, non-union projects. You got to find the projects yourself. You may get fucked over on the projects. You got to collect these days. Like, it's a whole spiel. It took me 7 years to get in.
Yeah.
During that time period, the year before I got in, my sister passed. This was this was September 2018. I only had one job that entire summer. That was in that August. That was a BT movie. And I think I was getting paid, $50 each day for a day.
Okay.
And I was like, man, and I still had clients of mine. I'm cutting in the shop, so I would leave set at night and then go to the shop to cut the clients. I remember I would be on set and I asked the lady, I said, hey, I got my clients, blah, 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 blah. You think I could leave and go cut? She said, I'm gonna ask you this. Do you want to do this or do you want to do that? I said, I want to do this. She said, all right, well, sit on down. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, but I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna just put in. So anyway, I did that, and then boom, my sister passed, and I was in this dark space. I would say that next year, like February of that next year, I got a call to go work over on Snowfall.
Look at
And
that.
then right after that, then some other stuff kicked, and then boom, boom, boom. It's like the whole year. And then by the on the year anniversary of my sister passing, I get a text from this lady, Camille Friend. She was the department head of hair on Black Panther. She texts me one day. I'm going to the shop. She says, "Skip, are you available on these dates?" And it was like 10 dates or something. And I was like, no, then these locations. I said, yeah, I'm available. I said, is it union? She said, yes. I said, Camille, I'm texting her. I'm like, Camille, I'm still not union. I'm still trying to get in the union. She says, I'm hiring you.
Ooh, look
At
at
that point,
at
that point, I was like, oh shit, I damn near ran a red light and all types of shit. Because I knew at that moment, and
Right,
keep in
you knew
mind,
what that was.
I knew her 5 years before that. So it
Yeah.
took 4 years. It took 4 years to know this woman before she gave me an opportunity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I also say to people, like, just meet people. That's why I say you got to live in the journey of whatever it is you're trying to do. You can't expect a certain time period for something to pop off. I also want to say too, oh yeah, I'm tripping. It was the year anniversary of my sister passing when I got that text. So it was like my sister saying, "Don't be sad today, be happy."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I say that to say also, before I left St. Louis, and I didn't know this until 2 years after I left, that the barbers at the barber shop where I was working at was making best on when I would be coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
They was the same way with me.
Because they don't want to succeed. They want you to be like, you know what I mean? They want you to be in the mud just like them. You know what I'm saying? And like they don't.
I did not, man. When I heard that, I said, "What?" I heard that 3 years later. After I was like, "Damn."
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I heard you say something
well,
earlier.
Who won?
Man.
I said, well, who lost and who won? And shit.
Right.
Well, I'm still here. Like,
I'm still here. No question. Hey, I heard you say something earlier, man, about one of your frat brothers. You dig what I'm saying? Which tells me that you was in school. What school did you go to, man? And what did you actually go to school for?
I went to Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri. It's the only HBCU in Missouri. And I got my bachelor's degree in journalism. So I dealt in radio and broadcasting.
Right. So, and I want you to talk a little bit about that, right? Because a lot of people don't know, man. You know, first of all, for a brother of our color, man, it's kind of hard to be in journalism. You know what I'm saying? To be in true journalism. You know what I mean? And you got to really want that. You know what I mean? To be involved in that, because you're gonna come across a whole lot of people trying to cut your legs from under you, man, in that game. You dig? At least from me. At least because I went to school in New York, so I kind of seen it at its worst. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. So I just need you to talk about that a little bit, man. I mean, you know what I mean? How that prepared you, man, for some of the things that you actually experience now as you move into your journey.
Well, you know, being in journalism, you know what I'm saying, communications degree or whatever, we got to be able to communicate. We got to be able to talk. We got to be able to have conversations. So I think for me, that's what helped me. That's what helps me in my barber career, to be able to sit down and be able to kind of be in any facet and have conversation with people. Because as a journalist, we always ask questions.
Absolutely.
And I'm always asking questions.
Yeah.
You see how the three of us are sitting here talking. It's just like we're having conversation. It's not like I'm sitting here not really saying, because that's the journalist in me. You know what I'm saying? But I had a radio show back in college. I interned at the local radio show, KJLU, and I was playing jazz records from like 6 to 8. I mean, 4 to 6, and then from 6 to 8, I would switch over to hip hop, R&B, and so from 6 to 8, I was James Pace. So I'd be on there like, you're listening to Smooth KJLU on the jazz station right now, 88.9. Right now, you're listening to James Pace. We're gonna get a little bit of some John Coltrane, a little cup of coffee, and just mellow on out. And I'll be right back at y'all. Peace. And then all of a sudden, and then at 8 o'clock comes, then I throw on some Boys to Men, and I get that going for the 8 o'clock group that's coming in. But for me, that was just a cool moment, man, to just like, damn, like be on the radio, and then people would be like, oh, you got a nice voice for radio and you should, and I was thinking like, you know what, maybe I should. And so after I graduated, I tried to get a job at 95.5 in St. Louis, and they were wanting me to come in there and intern. I'm like, listen, man, I ain't trying to come be interning nowhere. I already did all that. I'm looking for a job, and so I was like, and so then I think I from that time I was like delivering pizzas and selling Dish Network, Direct TV, selling cell phones, because by me having that communications degree, now that kind of opens up the playing field of being able to do sales for telecommunications, right? So that's why I was like, all right, let me utilize the degree in that space. So I was doing that. In the process of that, I started working at interning with this company called Shrewd Marketing in St. Louis, and Shrewd Marketing was ran by Solo, rest in peace, and Finster. And I noticed when they were coming in, like different artists from from elsewhere would come in town. They would come to them first, and then we would take them amongst the city to go to the clubs, go to put up table tents, put up posters,
street team.
All that. Street team pretty much. And I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. I'll never forget going to the strip club with Young Buck and all that type stuff. And so in the process of me doing that, I was like, you know what? Because like they would have a section in there where the vinyl, this was back when there was no MP3s, it was vinyl. So the DJs was coming by the office to get their vinyl, their 12-inch singles from whatever we were promoting at that time. They would come pick up the records. So I said, well, you know what? In my mind, I'm like, what if I just took all these records and took them to the DJs in the city myself? That way, I'm gaining a one-on-one personal relationship with the DJs. Communications.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so, boom, I was taking the records, put them in my trunk, and I would hit up all the clubs on a Friday night, Saturday night, and take them into the clubs and give them to the DJs. So when that was popping off and I was doing that, then that's when I did the record for Fresco. So when that song came out, a lot of the DJs remember, like, oh, that's Skip, and that's Jenna. So they were spinning that thing. I had some DJs was like, hold a minute, that's you? You made that? I'm like, yeah, man.
And it's not only just and it's not only just communications, because I want to talk about that too with you. Me and Sam was just talking about it in the car. Marketing. That was great marketing. Tell people how important it is to market, because a lot of people don't even know how to market.
Well, you know, back then it was a way harder than it is now, because back then you had to like go out on the streets.
Yeah,
you had to fucking be there. Right. You know what I mean?
You had to put in the work yourself.
You had to physically be there.
So in 2002, I had a 6 CD duplicator. So I had a 6 CD duplicator. I was me and my homeboy Tron was basically, we was doing these projects, and so I had like my project that I did first, and I was like, man, I can just press up my own CDs and go out here on the streets and sell them for $5. So I would hit up all these clubs, whatever. I had him out there with me just to watch, and boom, 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 boom. And I remember one night, in like, I don't know, an hour and a half, I made like $150. And I was like, dude, he was like, what? Next thing I know, we started like working with different artists in the city. I was able to pump out all the CDs. So he got 100, I got 100. We going down on Washington, we going down on Delmar, on the at the Loop, selling CDs. It just became like a job that we was doing. That's the part of marketing that a lot of these guys nowadays miss, because that one-on-one in front of the client, right? Whereas now, you just have to have like a budget. You have to have a budget. So you have to spend money to make money, man.
Yes.
And I tell artists that you have to be able to spend some money to make some money. Even if you don't make no money, you have to invest in yourself. I would rather invest in myself than invest in someone else.
Did y'all hear Mr. Skip? Did y'all hear Mr. Skip just now? Goddamn. Did y'all hear what Mr. Skip just said just now? You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this.
Come on, man.
But, yo, listen, man. Only reason why I got excited about that, right? Because I was just on a board. These people wanted me to be on a board. And I was like, okay, I'll see what they're doing. They showed me the budget for the next year, right? And I'm looking at the budget, the budget projection and all that. One, they don't know I knew that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know, I'm looking at all this. Then when it get down to marketing and promotion, I see zeros, baby. And I'm like, yo, I'm out. And they was like, what do you mean? I was like, y'all don't even believe in yourselves. So how y'all expect for me to believe in whatever y'all doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, I got to take a pass on this, man. I'm going to step back. You know what I mean? I'm going to be me, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do what I do. You know what I mean? Because I don't need this shit around here no way, man. I'm just saying, man. You know what I mean? So,
it's like at a certain, it's like at a, yeah, it's like at a certain point, we see like a lot of times we think like, oh, somebody just gonna magically hear the song out of nowhere and be like, oh, this is fire, this is great, and then boom, boom, boom. And it's like, no, you have to market yourself. Anything that you see on TV or in front of your face on social media, anything, and it says sponsored, that's an ad promotion.
There you go.
That's money that whoever paid for that ad promote. You got to be able to pay and spend money on ads. When you turn the TV on, they don't just say, hey, you know what? Let's throw this McDonald's commercial in just for the hell of it. Fuck it. No, that's McDonald's paying whoever the corporation to for those slots. When you back in the day when 106th and Park was coming on TV and or TRL and we watching the videos every day and we like looking at the TV and oh Little Romeo was #1 again. He was #1 all week. that was Master P paying for that slot.
Man. And I always
heard a Little Romeo song on the radio.
Right.
But it's #1 on 106th and Park.
Man, when I used to perform in St. Louis or whatever, when I used to perform as an artist, I always had something to sell. Like artists nowadays, you gotta have merch, you better have something to sell at your show. Many of them don't. You know, it's like and sometimes they wonder why they're not making money, or they wonder why they're not doing this. It's because you're not marketing yourself. You know, it's very important too, and it's also very important to have a team too.
Yep. The
thing about that with the team, you gotta have the team has to be people that believe in you. Yeah, they gotta be the people that believe in you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, you know, the thing about it, and I know, like, and I'm speaking just off experience. I would see, like, you know, when they got those showcases where it's like 10 or 15 artists performing. And they may not have no merch, but they just performing. In all honesty, looking back at that, all that is just practice. It's like you're practicing. You're practicing your show. Right. You're practicing your stage performance. It's just getting you loose and accustomed to being in front of people on a stage doing your song. When you start to feel comfortable in a space like that, then let's venture off into the another area of the city. Let's perform in front of some of the white folks. Right. Let's perform. Let's leave the city. Let's go. They just want to perform in front of each other every damn time, and it's like
no question about that. Hey man, hey Mr. Skip, baby, what's next, baby? What what you got coming up, man? You know what I mean? Let us know, man. What we doing next, baby?
I just dropped a beat tape, Orbs 3. I got Orbs 4 coming next month. I'm working on I did a project with the guy Fahim, the Dump Lorian last year, so I'm working on part 2 now. I did a project with Ed O.G. from Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs. But we got something coming, some more stuff coming. Okay. So I'm steady cooking, I'm steady creating, I'm steady dropping. And as far as projects I'm working on right now, currently I'm working on the 4th season of Shrinking.
Okay.
Doing that, and then also working on the 2nd season of the show Forever.
That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to ask you a question. Other than yourself, who's your favorite producer of all time?
Favorite producer of all time?
Yeah.
Me. I mean,
that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Me.
You know what I'm saying?
I am. I'm my favorite producer of all time.
I like that.
Real talk.
So I will put a little twist on it. I'm gonna help you out a little bit, Sonny.
Okay.
If you had the opportunity, Mr. Skip, if you had an opportunity to produce or compose for an artist, dead or alive, past or present, who would that artist be and why?
Who would that artist be and why? If I had, man, you know what, man? I really don't. I can say Guru from Gangstar.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Guru from Gangstar, because it was Guru, man. And you know what I'm saying? He had that voice. Like he said in one of his songs, it's mostly the voice that gets you up. A lot of rappers got flavor and some got skill, but if your voice ain't dope, then you needs to chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I say Guru or whatever the case may be. I work with, you know, I'm from the boom bap era.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, this is you talking. Me and you can have conversations all day about the boom bap era, baby.
Okay.
Because I'm boom bap all day, right? I'm so boom bap, motherfuckers don't even want to be in the same room with me sometimes.
Straight up.
Right, straight up. Like you know what I mean? Like they be like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yo, stop talking to me." You know what I'm saying? Because,
so, are you familiar with the guy Fahim?
Yes.
So did you hear the project, The Dumplorian?
Yes. No, I heard some of it. I didn't hear all of it. Right? It came across me. I didn't get a chance to kind of the whole thing, but I am familiar for what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So that was a pretty dope project, man. So we're doing The Dumplorian too. It's another artist I'm working with named Recognize Ali. Okay. Another artist I'm working with named Rico Sama.
Okay.
And I got some more projects of myself, you know what I'm saying? I got a project, man, that I just dropped in 2024 I was spitting called Mind Therapy. You should go check that out too.
So let me just say this to you, right? So I don't know if you know this, right? We also have our own radio station.
Yes, TV platform too. He said radio station, but we have radio station, TV platform, and magazine.
Right. So we have
all of it.
I got the pillars, baby. I'm from that era. You know what I'm saying? I understand the pillars of what we do. You dig what I'm saying? Right. So I say all that to say we also have our own radio app, right? So that music that you're talking about, that music that you want to be heard, send that to me in MP3, baby, and I'll bang it anytime motherfucking you want. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, if I get enough of it, right? If I get, like, say you send me your music, 2 or 3 artists, whatever, man, I give you your hour. Yo, this is such and such and such an hour. You know what I mean? Yo,
that's what's
that life.
Yeah. Not only that, we're across all borders. See, we ain't just in the U.S. We nationwide. We
nationwide. We cross the motherfucking border. Yeah. So the cat hit Media Made, motherfucking cat hit Media Made music app on his phone. Oh, he hearing Mr. Skip and Mr. Skip's motherfucking crew or whatever Mr. Skip is trying to give him for that hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Y'all definitely gotta definitely send me that information, send me all that, follow me, you know what I'm saying, on whatchamacallit on hit me up on Facebook, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
No, definitely, man, because they don't hear it, Skip. They don't hear it like we hear it, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like, you know,
I come from the boom bap era, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they be missing it. They be like looking up and they be like, I'm like, nigga, you ain't even checking your head the right way. Like, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I came up on the MPC. I got 2 MPCs sitting right here in front of me. I mean, I got the SP404 sitting right here. I create in Logic. But the way that my stuff sounds, I can have it sound like it's coming out of a MPC, even if it's in Logic. Like, I come from the Pete Rock, Primo, you know what I mean? Now, I will say, one of my favorite producers outside of me that I listen to, Alchemist.
Okay.
Alchemist is crazy with it. Alchemist, I fuck with Nicholas Craven too.
Yeah, you ain't got to explain to me, man. So, you know, I just want to let you know that, man, that we absolutely here. We available for all that. You know what I'm saying? Because
word.
I don't got a problem, man, because I'm for the culture. You dig? And I bang it, and I make sure we ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So we got our own shit Nobody can tell us what we
the
can
biggest
do
black
and what we can't do. Right. Can't nobody come in and censor my shit. Can't nobody say, yo, we don't need you. I'm like, yo, check this out, son. Fall back with that, man. You know what I'm saying? And press that button right there, man, and listen to what we do. You know what I'm saying?
So it's an app on the phone. I can it's a media made app.
Yeah.
Media made music, right? Media made music, an app on your phone. Once you send me my music, once you send me your music, I can put the music on. We can schedule a time, a date, or whatever when we just banging Mr. Skip and his team, whatever, however we dress it up.
You can get your own playlist, you can get your own, you know what I'm saying?
Right, however we dress it up, you know what I mean? That's you and doing you and me playing the music that we want to play. You know what I mean?
Word.
You know what I mean? And
now, real quick, have you all heard of From the Lou? So you know the behind, because that's the most current thing. That's basically like on some radio in St. Louis. That's like on some. It's no boom bap. That was me just in the moment of just creating something that St. Louis, you know, will get behind. Because I'm gonna tell you this, and I know it's coming up on that hour. I don't know how long this podcast.
Yeah, about an hour. Yep, you right.
So real quick. So for me, I just wanted to create something with that particular song that, like, no matter what. You know, like in life, you know how in life, like for instance, like you know how like Rob Bass just passed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But It Takes Two was a long-lasting record that you could still put on, and that's how I wanted to look at From the Lou. Okay. It's like it's you know what I'm saying, how you know just life, man. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You know, I get old, but boom, and always at this time. This man, Mr. Skip, did this song for the city. Yeah. This wasn't about me trying to get no record deal or no label deal or no. I'm not trying to get, you know what I mean? Like it was really just doing something for the city, man.
Yeah. Right, 100, and that's what we be banging on Media Made. Like yo, we go back, we playing old hip hop classics, baby. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll put in some new shit, hey now and again. You know what I mean? You know, long as under the guise of what we listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Now what I send to you is gonna be the boom bap.
Okay.
It's gonna be the boom bap.
Come with it, baby. I'm like, yo, and I'm banging it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like
I got all that.
Yeah, it ain't like, you know what I mean? Like, cause I need more shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause some cats be sending me different shit, and I'm like, yo, that ain't in the realm of what we do. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we keep it here. We keep it boom bap hip hop, baby.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And we don't get out of that. You know what I mean? So just wanted to let you know that, man. And then before we go, I need you to shout out and plug everything and everybody, man, that's helped you get to the place to where you are today, my brother.
Man, that'd be too many people, man. But I will just say the number one person that's got me to where I've gotten is God.
There you go.
Like I said, God is my agent.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All day, every day.
God,
shout out to all your social media.
God is my agent, and I'm just a passenger in his vehicle.
No question.
Right. Go ahead and plug your social media platforms for those that want to connect with you. Go ahead.
You can hit me up on my Barber page on the Skips Clips. SKIPZ, and you can also hit me up on my music on TikTok. That's Mr. MR_Skip_music, MUSIK.
No doubt.
All right, and then for all of y'all,
and my YouTube channel, The Creative Arts of Mr. Skip.
No doubt.
Well, you heard it right here.
Yeah.
Right here with Media Made Magazine podcast. Make sure that y'all check out our new Snoop Dogg issue, our 2026 issue. You can go to www.mediamademagazine.com, purchase you an issue. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms, Media Made Magazine, Media Made TV, Media Made, all of that, okay? And then you guys can also follow me at S Mills Media as well.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Skip, man, Mr. Skip, let me just say this to you, man, before you go, my brother. May you be blessed in everything that you do every day, and may you prosper in each and everything that you do, each and every day that you do it, my brother. You heard?
Likewise, man. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you all having me on here, and anytime you want me to come back on here, definitely.
We definitely
absolutely, man. Shit, we can really have a Mr. Skip special, man, with that motherfucking boom back shit. Nigga, y'all don't
All
even
right,
know,
no doubt.
man. I'm all amped up about that shit.
I'm
You know
with it.
what
I'm with
saying?
it. Just hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook.
Will do.
All right.
Man. All right, peace and blessings, my brother.
All right, no doubt. Appreciate it.
Peace.